Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making it mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is Tuesday, boys. Welcome.
No yeet.
Monday-ish, down since Monday-ish. What's up, boys?
Not much.
How are we doing? How was our weekend?
Kind of boring. So,
Scotty, why was your weekend boring, buddy?
I mean, Saturday was good. Went out and played Magic, ate some dinner with some friends, but then Sunday.
Oh boy, did we make fun of you about that?
Oh, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you all did.
Absolutely. Well, you got to remember that the conversation we had on the phone, I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm out eating with my Magic friends." Now,
about spit my drink out of my mouth at that point.
if you listen to that statement, "I'm out playing with my Magic friends,"
good Lord.
there was a lot of shit that went through all of our heads and came out of our mouths. We weren't even drinking yet, so. But how was Magic? Did you put any spells?
I lost every game, but that's my friends call me the unluckiest Magic the Gathering player in the world. So
I don't get it. I hope they bought you lunch.
Huh?
Hope they bought you lunch.
No, I bought myself dinner. So, but
they didn't bite the bullet there.
Yeah, no.
Again, I have no idea how to play the game. I don't know if I'm ever going to learn. I have it in my mind that I want to go learn. I think I said while we were making fun of your Magic friends, we called them Imagine. Are they from Canada?
Yeah, pretty much. They're all my Magic friends out of the woods of Canada.
My son had a Magic friend when he was little too. I made the comment that I'm going to spend, I don't know, however much it takes to buy the best Magic card, and I will outplay every Magic player at that table. So I'm going to do that one day.
I would love to see you try.
It's a lot easier said than done.
Again, a lot of I played cards for, I don't know, 30 years. 40 years.
Remember, blackjack ain't going to help you in this one.
Well, not blackjack. I played poker, and a lot of Magic players came and went to poker because it was a game theory game, optimal game. So I was pretty damn good at poker. So if you need me to throw a Magic goat at somebody, I'm in. Was there any wrestling in anybody's weekend? Did anybody do any wrestling stuff?
I did the In the Doghouse episode with
half the tag team champion, right?
One half of former Mega Tag champions, and he's currently the number one contender for the Mega title and the tag titles there at Mega Pro Wrestling. Chase Bennett from the Shooter Society.
Okay,
very nice. Went very good. Very nice gentleman. Very exciting to have him on the show. Doing good numbers too.
Oh, good. Good. Like to hear that. Wait a minute, let me get back to I lost my. There we go. Well, here we go. Gotta say what's up to the TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. All those good people. Not on YouTube or not on Instagram right now because, like Scotty, I messed that up. So, but 37 more days, and I'll be back in it. That's a hell of a suspension. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into. We got some pizza cutter news. All right. The McMahon. It is a very McMahon-driven show today. Vince McMahon is trying to launch a new wrestling company. So we think. The word on the streets, and I mean the word as in social media, it began to conversations began to swirl on the Eric Bischoff and Conrad Thompson's episode of 83 Weeks, talking about the possibility of McMahon starting a wrestling organization. He started hiring ex WWE employees, actually the ones that got fired,
Probably
and
all his crew.
he's got it probably. Not all of them. One of them, two of them are going to be indicted here soon, and they're going to be out the door. And he's got a studio. He hired cameraman. So do we need? First off, do we need another wrestling organization? Right? Do we need another wrestling show to watch? Right? We're starting to get involved in TNA. Because TNA is crossing over with NXT. We're into NXT now. We're watching AEW sorta ish.
Yeah.
In passing. We're watching the new LFG show that's out. We're watching I am.
Let's fucking
Too.
go.
It's a good show. It's a really good
Yeah,
show.
it is.
Excellent show so far. Want to smack the shit out of one dude, but no big deal. The new. I have not watched the new Tubi series yet. With Evolve, I have not watched that yet. I don't even know that it's on yet. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it.
I don't think it's on yet.
Is there room? First off, I know in my life there's not, but is there room in anyone's life for another wrestling organization? T-Bone.
Nada.
No.
The big
Too much
question,
content to watch now. There's
Yeah.
too much content to watch now.
if it's good content, we're gonna watch it. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. We're
Yeah.
just gonna have to watch it. Someone's gonna have
Oh
to.
yeah.
Something's getting cut.
Yeah.
Something's probably gonna get cut.
AEW.
So,
AEW.
my big question is, Scott, where is he going to get wrestlers? Because all the good wrestlers are taken, and the best wrestlers are in AEW. So, Scotty, where are they going to get these wrestlers?
That's a darn good question. And honestly, you still do there's a lot of independent circuits out there. And there's a lot of guys with names that have been a part of WWF. I mean, some that were just released. You have, if Vince is trying to launch a women's division, they just released Sonya Deville.
Is that a backbone? Is that a power ranking?
I'm not saying that it's a power name, but it's somebody that was associated with his old company. So now she has name recognition out there. At least it's something. It's not like you're literally just going to every indie promotion that's out there and just pulling the talent, whatever talent you think you can pull from an unknown indie promotion and bringing them, kind of like what Tony did with AEW, bringing all these unknown people, and making this conglomeration of weirdos out there into a wrestling company. You need to bring, if Vince is going to do this, he needs to bring in people that have had name recognition in the past in order to kind of start this whole thing. And, so, I mean, you have...
I was waiting
Yeah.
for it.
No.
I knew that was coming. I
That's
knew that was
never going to happen. No. I'm sorry. Vince hates managers anyways.
Wait a minute. Some of the best managers were under Vince McMahon.
coming.
Bobby Ray
Absolutely.
Heenan, Jimmy Hart, Captain Lou, Mr.
Jimmy Hart.
Wizard.
Jimmy Hart started before Vince.
Jonathan.
The Grand Wizard, Classy Freddie Blassie.
Oh, there
I
was a
could
grand,
go on.
there's a grand
but
wizard.
hold
but
on,
let's not
hold
get
on.
into him.
Hold on. Let's back this bus up for a second. We won't go
I
too
know
long
where
on a
he's going
tangent
here.
on this. We won't go too long on a tangent on this. But here's the issue with the all those names: Lou Albano, the Grand Wizard. You know what all these guys really did when they went out and managed? They walked their guy to the ring, and then they walked right back to the dressing room. They never stood out there. They never did anything.
What are you talking
You're
about?
wrong.
That's
You're
not
wrong.
How many,
Wrong.
how many times did Mr.
Oh.
Fuji throw the powder in someone's face?
That
Hit
was
him
that was in the
with the
90s.
Yeah, hit him with
Look
the
at
tennis
With the
racket.
flag.
Yes,
No,
absolutely. No way. No
70s.
way.
Go back and watch it, Bubby. I'm telling you,
Miss
man.
Elizabeth never left ringside.
Oh,
No,
but
She was
did she ever get involved? No.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sort of, but
Savage would pull him and
sort of,
pull her in
yes.
front of him. Yeah.
Only because she was never a heel that she didn't get involved, but she did cause interference at times being there, right? Mr. Fuji, for sure, right? Mr. Fuji.
But Fuji was more 90s than anything else when he was doing that. I'm talking about late or mid 80s
No, he
into
helped
70s.
Mr. Fuji helped all of his guys.
Everyone.
But Fuji was a wrestler up until what?
He managed two in the 70s and 80s.
Wasn't
He
Albano
managed
a wrestler too?
Yeah,
No.
Albano managed and wrestled back
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Oh well. Go back, go back and watch.
We're gonna
Go
debate
back
on this
and
one,
watch the
Scotty,
MS.
but I'm telling you now, Bubby, go back and watch your footage.
Randy's
No,
got it
I'm
right.
telling you guys,
Yeah,
go back and watch your
Bobby
MSG.
Heenan interfered all the time.
Bobby
yeah.
Heenan is the only exception to that. Bobby Heenan, but if you look at the Grand Wizard or Albano, especially, they never did anything.
Didn't
They were.
Albano getting hit in the head with a wooden chair broken over his
Yeah,
head?
you're
in the
right. You're right.
70s, getting
You know,
involved in
Scotty,
it?
you're right. Jim Cornette left the ring. He just would walk right back.
Yeah.
But Cornette never
Jim
managed. Cornette never managed WWE. He, like in the 70s and 80s time frame. He was in there in the 90s.
I'm confused. Are we talking about the same thing?
No, we're not, because he's way
You guys
off.
mentioned Albano. You mentioned the Grand Wizard.
Yep.
I'm
I
saying
don't
go
know.
back and
Honestly, I do
The
not
Grand
remember the
Wizard?
Grand Wizard. I know Freddie Blassie blasted a dude or two with that cane of his.
Oh, yeah.
You said that
Oh,
they
yeah.
just walked him down to the ring and then left. That's not true. They
No.
were a lot of
No.
managers were big presence, and Jonathan Cross would be a big president. And
wow.
Vince's new dump on your head wrestling organization.
Hey, the question is, are you gonna lay him poo on that bald head of yours?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
For
If the
1
money's
million
right,
for 1 million out of the 3 million hush or NDA that he signed.
I'll do it for $20, man. I've done worse. I've done worse on the indies for less. So anyway, Grand Wizard was Billy Graham's manager. I do not remember the Grand Wizard. My grandmother probably remembered the Grand Wizard.
I remember the Grand Wizard. I watched video. I study this shit, guys. I'm telling you.
No, I believe you. I believe you because I know that there were plenty of times that managers definitely got involved. So, but anyway, where was I going with that? Anyway,
we got totally off
topic. We got totally off topic. So the question was, Rick, who can they get? I mean, is it possible? What organization is willing to work with Vince McMahon to lend him stars or bring people in? Because if people remember correctly, back in the day, the Vince Sr. owned a territory, right? He owned his territory. Vince Jr. came along and said, hey, we're going to do this, right? We're going to go to here. We're going to go to Minnesota. We're going to snatch these guys. We're going to go to Mid-South. We're going to snap these guys. We're going to go here. We're going to snap Florida. We're going to go here. We're going to grab there. We're upper north where he was. We're going to grab the best wrestlers from everywhere.
Here's the question.
Okay.
What
I had a question.
Out of the remaining people that are out there on indie circuits that have previously worked for Vince, how much of their morale was ruined by Vince at one time under him? The second question is, if so, how much money could Vince possibly pay them to make them forget about that and be willing to work under them again?
Well, I mean, if the price is right, the flight's tonight. That's what I always say.
Exactly.
I mean, again, money does talk. Money does talk. But what I was getting to was, back in the day, there was no such. I don't think there was such thing as contract tampering. Right? You were just in a territory. You worked. Now, if you contract tamp, you go to court. Like, and he's been in and out of court a couple times himself, so he knows this. is there anybody that is any companies that are willing to work with Vince to help him get off the ground, knowing what Vince's main goal is going to be is to pull the best of the best from every company?
Tony Khan's dumb enough to do it.
Yeah,
I think. I think.
I don't
I
think so.
think-
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, no.
I know where you're getting at. I read the thing about Shane, but
Yeah.
I think Vince being Vince could work Tony because Tony's young and dumb. He's got the mind of a child. We see that through his booking and how he's his back room.
Okay, so all right, so here, Vince was a big when Vince ran the WWE, it was Vince's way or no way at all, right? Jim Cornette was going to go into AEW. I think Jim probably, and we'll never. I mean, it's going to be a while before we ever know, because of the NDAs he had to sign. I'm pretty sure that Jim wanted to do more with the organization, and Tony did not want to give him the power. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's why Jim wasn't there. Jim is very knowledgeable. Jim is a good, decent booker, that kind of stuff. This next story we're going to talk about with McMahon, with Shane O'Mac.
Yeah.
I mean, there is plenty of guys out there that are good enough to come into AEW and fix what they have going on, but he doesn't want to give up that power.
He's too dumb to help himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Having a Shane in his pocket, or the ex-TNA guy that wrote
D'Amore. Scott D'Amore.
Yeah, Scott D'Amore. Yeah, or
which for now we're hearing different stories
having-
about Scott D'Amore.
having an Eric Bischoff or a Cornette would only help his product to an extent.
No. Slow down. We don't want fucking Bischoff. We don't need that snake. We don't need Eric Bischoff out
Yeah,
there.
but I think Bischoff knows where he's fucked up in his lifetime. So I mean, even him, I think could honestly help if he's committed.
Do you listen to 83 Weeks? I don't know that he realizes where he's fucked up. I think he still thinks that none of that stuff with WCW was his fault.
Yeah.
Right? It
Yeah,
came to a
he's
point where he
struggling.
lost control and the corporate people took over and basically took it away from him, but he fucked it up along the way. So anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we know he fucked it up.
Yeah.
But does he know he fucked?
Except for the part about
Could he
RoboCop.
possibly do any worse than Tony Khan right now?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Like AEW to me at one point was very watchable. Now it's getting even tough for me to even be interested in it anymore.
You mentioned watching it, and I just get cold chill. I'm like,
That was
I
that
did.
was
Tell
was-
your
that was
tell your
Vince shitting
dishwasher
down
to
your
take a
back.
few steps back.
That was Vince shitting. That was Vince shitting down your back talking about this. So
hey, if the money's right.
anyway, we'll see where we go from. We'll see where we go from here. Did I lose? I just lost my damn story, boys. Let me pull it back up.
Vince's top guy would be Joey Janela, and the table got flipped on his head.
The guy's really good. Joey Janela is really good.
Sadly, he is. He's pretty
Yeah.
decent.
I actually thought Joey Janela was really good, but I mean there are other people that did not think so. So all right, move on to another McMahon. So a couple months ago, Shane and Tony met in an airport for an impromptu meeting, and now we're getting some details on that meeting. Ex WWE man Jonathan Coachman claimed that via the Coachman and Bros show, never heard of it, heard a hard way, that McMahon asked Khan for equity in All Elite Wrestling, according to the coach Shane. Also faced running things behind the scenes and becoming a crucial part in AEW's management structure. The meeting took place on July 2024, and Coachman says Tony goes to McMahon after that. How intimidated was Tony Khan when Shane O'Mac, here comes the money, walked into the building?
Well, I'm gonna tie a couple things together here because here's what I think is very interesting. One, Tony Khan probably shit his pants as soon as Shane walked in the building because Tony was like, oh my God, Shane McMahon, But as
Everybody's
soon as
bigger than Tony Khan, so there's no way that Shane worried about him, or he was.
Yeah, but the thing is that now as soon as Shane starts saying, running out all these ideas and hey, I want to run things and I want equity in the company. In the old school term, I want points in the company. I want to get back a little something on this. Tony probably mentally, he didn't do it in front of Shane, but mentally he flipped his lid because, just like Ricky was just saying a little bit ago, Tony Khan is not smart enough to help himself get out of the situation because Shane's like, here, I want to run things. I want to help you, get this thing better. And Tony's like, no, I can't let anything go. And so now Shane is.
Who called this meeting? That's what I want to know. Who called the meeting?
Was it Tony? It is a good question.
Or was it Shane?
It is a good question.
If it was Tony, then you could see where Shane felt like he had some leverage there.
Yeah. But here's the other thing to tie this back into the McMahon story, the Vince story, I should say. What if, and again, this is just pure speculation on my part, considering what I've been seeing, and what if Vince planned to do to AEW what he did to a lot of the other territories? Come in, get a part of the company. Like, Vince knows he can't get, he's got to get talent from somewhere. So if he decided, hey, maybe I can get Shane in there as a mole, figure out who the best talent is, and he's got, if he's got a contract then to work in that company, and he can scout me the best talent and start bringing them over to my company once their contracts are up with AEW, that kind of thing.
I got the first name in the pay-per-view. Not when worlds collide, when colostomies collide. Welcome to the shit show.
Shit show.
AEW shitstorm.
Oh yes, my God. There you go. There's our Friday rampage.
Yeah.
Shitstorm. Oh my God. Let's go.
But could you imagine? Because I think that in my view, that's where Vince was going to get his talent from. If he could work that deal, get Shane to work that deal, and get Tony to agree to it, Vince was going to get all of his talent for his new company from AEW. He was going to raid AEW, destroy AEW, put AEW down like a dog, and take all the talent that he wanted. And so
Shane is strategically placed in AEW. And next thing you know, Tony's sitting out on the sidewalk with whatever action figures he has left.
Exactly.
Would it be in bad taste if we got hats that were shit emojis and we all wore them on our head when we podcast when we talk about Vince?
Hey Joey. Yeah, it's Tony. We fucked up. Can you come back? Can you bring that guy with the pizza cutter with you? Because
Shad Khan puts Tony over his knee and whips his ass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it like where, because again, we just talked about where is Vince going to get his talent from. In my view, that was where they were going to go if they could have worked that deal out. Again, speculation.
Ricky, good idea, not a good idea. Would it be better for AEW if they'd have brought Shane McMahon in? Or are we just going to get more wrestling rings with no ropes?
Better.
I
think it'd be better. I mean, he's spent his life in wrestling. He knows what the hell to do to get pops and improve ratings.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around all the top guys. It's been in the company forever. So, I mean, he can't make it any worse.
Yeah. I'm not saying Shane has the best mind for it, but you think about this. Shane was the one that went to his dad and said, hey, we need to buy UFC before UFC goes completely through the roof crazy. And Vince is the one that looked at him like, nah, UFC ain't going to do nothing.
They were getting ready to go out of business.
Yeah, they were getting ready to go out of business. And, and Shane looked at him and said, hey, we could do something with this. Vince didn't want to. So I'm not saying that Shane has necessarily the best wrestling mind, but he definitely has a good business mind. So I think Shane could have done a lot for AEW. Even if it wasn't on the wrestling side, he could have done a lot for that company business-wise.
T-Bone.
He could put pieces in place that would overall help, maybe not with creative, like get backstage coaches or whatever.
Structure.
Yes.
Structure. Go ahead, T-Bone. Sorry.
Yeah, Shane McMahon could have added structure to AEW. I agree with that totally. But there's another point to this too. I agree with everybody what they're saying with Shane McMahon, even
Except for
even
the managers walking down to the ring and leaving. I don't know.
we're all in agreement other than that. But my other point is if Vince McMahon does start his own company, okay, don't worry about where he's going to find the talent because it's Vince fucking McMahon. They're all going to come to him. They're all.
You might not be wrong.
Yeah.
Honest to God, Jonathan, if Vince McMahon called you, would you go to work tomorrow? Honest to God, if he called me right now, this old boy would not be at Young and Stouts tomorrow.
There wasn't no stories about dudes getting pooped on.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Not yet.
Don't worry about where he's going to find the talent because he's Vince McMahon. He's going to find talent.
And that's true. There is something in the name. There is definitely something in the name. So
Cross is lining up like it's the chocolate fountain at
Gold Corral.
Corral.
I'm dipping my fingers. Anyway, more to come on that. I didn't read I didn't read the whole story. Both stories will drop at 6:00 on Hardware Wrestling. Everybody who is a member of the Patreon, which, by the way, why are you not a member of the Patreon? First off, it's free. You can become a free member of the Patreon and get all kinds of cool articles and stuff like that. But if you really want to get into the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, become a $5 member. You can join our predictions challenge runs for
$5.
Are you saying
$5?
You can't
$5.
see? You can't see? Oh, okay. You get hardway cards, which will come out every month. Okay. I guess I give it. That's month number 1 was Jesse Daniels signed card. Number 2 is in here already. It is the Brian Hardy card signed. March will be coming out very soon. Is it March yet?
No,
it will be at the end.
It will be Saturday.
I'm ahead of schedule.
Saturday, which will be Elimination Chamber. So get your $5 in and join the challenge league that we have.
Yes,
challenge.
Join the predictions challenge. You get a chance to be the Hardway Wrestling Champion, which right now it is Randy, Chris, and here's what I say: if Randy can win, anybody can do it. I look at it. So anyway, come join. It's only $5 a month. You can't beat it, and it supports us. Actually supports me because I lose money every month with Hardway Wrestling. Anyway,
anybody can win except Scotty because he had Scotty in the bank and
Scotty's not.
He fucked it up.
Yeah, Scotty's not going to win. T-Bone, you said you're joining this month. You're going to be joining, so
yeah,
that'd be cool to get T-Bone involved in there. Again, Elimination Chamber is this Saturday, so you might want to get your things in by Friday. I will have the Elimination Chamber link up for everyone who is a member right now or a paid member. The link will be up by tomorrow, so you'll be able to go in and do your predictions challenge. Moving forward, we are going to be adding TNA into the mix because TNA's heavy now into NXT. They're doing a lot of good stuff. If you're not watching NXT and TNA together, what are you doing? What are you doing? So anyway, let's get into our Raw review from last night.
Shit.
Oh shit! You got
Give me
one?
a second. Hey,
got
we were getting into that Vince stuff there. Had me
Yeah. We were deep into that.
God. Hold on.
Brandy's on TikTok. What's up, Brandy? What's going on?
Brandy's everywhere.
Brandy, not Randy. Brandy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been a little strange for him to be on 2 things at once.
He was on steroids for a while. Is that the same?
God damn it. Hold on. I have some technical difficulties here. I click on something and then the whole thing shut down.
Unbelievable. You go.
There we go.
Here we go.
God
Let's get into the
Damn it.
Raw review.
Yeah. Logan Paul kicks off Raw last night. Him and CM Punk have a face-off ahead of Elimination Chamber, and guess what? They're each gonna win it. They're each gonna beat Cody at WrestleMania for the world title. For the
I love it. I love it.
title.
Chop the belts. Split the belts. Split it.
or
Logan-
co-champions, Punk and Logan, like they did with the Intercontinental belt years ago.
Yeah,
Randy
they'll-
said he was
they're
never
gonna
on roids. I was talking about cheeseburgers, bro. I want to talk about roids.
Jesus.
I'll see your
So-
voltage on Friday. I'll have your cards.
After words exchange, Logan Paul ends up slapping Punk in the face and ducking out of the ring.
Like
So
a
you don't
bitch.
want none.
I slapped him like a bitch.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
So
But good interview though by Logan Paul. Like this guy, like he talks in such a way with that whiny voice of his. He talks in such a way that it just gets so much heat from the crowd. And I've been loving everything Logan Paul has done since he's come in. But this heel run right now is one of the best things he's done so far.
So I'm going to disagree because I really thought that his promo last night wasn't the greatest because I felt like he was intimidated by CM Punk. And Punk didn't even unload on the guy. And I think Punk felt too that if he got into this guy's ass, the crowd already has go away heat. The crowd hates him. He was in Cincinnati. He made some kind of comment about ruining Joe Burrow's career. So the crowd, low hanging fruit, by the way. Stop doing the sports shit, guys. Figure something else out. By the way, I'll be in West Virginia, or I'll be in Maryland this on Saturday at a show, and I'll be tearing down Maryland football. Anyway, I just felt like it wasn't his best performance, but again, he did slap CM Punk, which tells me that he's not winning Elimination Chamber.
pretty much. That smells like
I have
some
a theory.
Tebow.
I don't think they're going to let CM Punk win the Elimination Chamber, but I do think they're going to give him big money because they're going to have him wrestle Logan Paul, which Logan Paul's big money. Anybody that works with Logan Paul is going to get big money because Logan Paul's getting big money. So WrestleMania, we're probably going to have CM Punk versus Logan Paul.
That would be cool.
I was kind of thinking that too, in a way, but I don't know.
Jeremy, I'm
think
going to
CM
try
Punk's-
something. Jeremy,
Okay.
say CM Punk,
CM Punk,
John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah, knew it.
If I slow it down, I can't say it right.
That's so much fun to use just saying
If I
John.
say it so fast, you get like my
John
hillbilly
Cena's way
West Virginia
funnier.
shit.
Yeah.
That means we're in line to get that triple threat at Mania between the Shield members.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, listen,
So-
it could happen at WrestleMania because John Moxley's most likely going to lose that title at Evolution or
Revolution.
whatever Pokemon
Evolution.
they are.
So first match of the night, we get a triple threat between Ludwig Kaiser, Pete Dunne, and Penta. Ludwig Kaiser wins this match. I did not see it because after I saw this on the card, I was like, why am I watching this again? The cat was curled up in my lap, and I started watching the back of my eyelids instead.
Yeah, they're starting to get into replaying a lot of the same matches like Vince used to do. He used to piss everybody off. But again, Penta is in the middle of a feud with Ludwig and Butch. Don't say Butch. In the middle of in a feud with those guys. It was actually a good match. Penta is impressive.
Yeah.
Penta is very impressive. But like we said the other day, we see a lot of Penta right now, and it's gonna get to the point where it's like, okay, it's Penta, right? I mean, now I know that they want it for every stadium they sell. They want Penta to be in that because it's like Penta's being in front of new people. So
Yeah.
or at least more than 2,000 people.
Side note here. So you mentioned Butch. How in the hell does R-Truth get everybody's name wrong, but he can tell the Usos apart?
That's actually a good question. He knows who Big Jim is.
And he knows who Jay is.
Yeah, he knows who Jim
Yeah.
is.
I don't know. Anyway, so then we get Rhea Ripley vowing to beat Io Sky next week for the women's world title on Raw, and we'll head into WrestleMania 41 as the champ. We get to our next match, which is New Day versus the LWO, which New Day wins. Again, I saw the back of my eyelids. Tired of seeing
This
this.
is I like that they're showing the LWO right now. I that we don't get enough of it's Del Toro and Cruz. Is that who they are?
See,
Okay, because it's like Cero Mero. Uh, we're getting a chance to see these guys a little bit more, which before we just see them like Dragon Lee, just kind of in the background, right? They'd come out walking with Zelina and kind of just hang out. But they can work, right? They're
Yeah.
like unmasked pentas.
you know, would be
Yes.
a very huge pop is if when Ray comes back, he brings a cleared Big E back with him to take on the New Day.
That would be interesting.
That would make me watch.
I'd be down for that.
Otherwise, I really don't care at this point.
The match though was good. Like I give them credit because, like you said, Jason, these guys can work. So I watched this match. I was kind of like, do I really want to watch this match? But as I kept my eye on it, and I was doing something else at the time. I was working on some stuff at the time, but as I kept my eye on the match, I stopped working on what I was doing and I started going just focusing on the match. Like, oh, well, that's cool. Oh, wow, that's they just kind of they kept keeping my attention with it. So I was actually very impressed by it.
Yeah.
So
then we get Logan Paul confronts AJ Styles backstage and had to remind him that he was the one that eliminated Styles from the Royal Rumble and cost him his WrestleMania spot. This is where I wake up. Gunther comes out to the ring and fucking Gunther is great. I love Gunther. So he tells Adam Pearce that he wants to have a match against a hand-picked opponent, and everybody probably should have saw this coming. Akira Tozawa was his opponent, and he's wrestling him at the beginning with the mic in his hand, just taunting him and pie facing him.
Did you see my favorite? Like the whole thing was great, but my favorite part of this was Tozawa walking out looking like he's about to shit himself. Like he's like, do I really like? You could just see the wheels in his head. I don't want to get in the ring with this guy. I don't want to get in the ring with this guy. Like, it was like I'm just watching it. I'm like, oh my god, if
good showing for about 3.5 minutes until Gunther slapped him.
Yeah, just
yeah.
Oh my gosh. But no, I was laughing because I was like, if Otis and not Mandy, that was the old gimmick. Maxine. If Otis and Maxine hadn't been there, like he just looked like he would have turned tail and run back to the back. It was I loved it.
Love Tozawa.
It was actually pretty entertaining. Gunther wins the match, and then afterwards he attacks Otis and tries to choke him out as well. And then we get Jey Uso to make the save.
Yep.
Yeet.
No yeet. No yeet. No yeet.
I liked how he finished that match with Tozawa, though, where he chokes him out with the sleeper and his legs are off the ground.
Yeah, dangling off the ground. Yeah.
Make him look dominant right before April, and they snatch that title away from him.
Pretty much.
What's up, FTW?
Next match was the women's intercontinental title match, Lyra Valkyria versus Dakota Kai. It was a pretty good match. Lyra hangs on for the win.
I missed this one for some. I don't know how I missed this one.
I thought it was a great match.
At the end of it, it was. At the end of it, I kind of felt like Dakota might turn full on heel, but she didn't. She goes out of the ring, and then Ivy Nile attacks Dakota at the beginning of the entrance ramp, and then takes out Lyra when her back was turned celebrating. She's trying to push to get a rematch for the IC title. Then we get a Sami Zayn interview where he revealed that he went to Kevin Owens' house to attempt to talk to him, but Kevin wasn't there. He ended up speaking with Kevin's mom, and then he felt ashamed of himself and recognized who Kevin has become, and leading into their unsanctioned match at Elimination Chamber.
What'd you think of that promo on Friday night? The one where KO was out in front of the house. Was that last night or was that
That was Friday. Yeah, that was Friday where
Friday
KO
night?
was in front of Sammy's house. I
It was
caught a
pretty
clip
good.
of it, but I didn't really like watch.
It looked like Sammy just moved in. There was nothing on the walls. It was like a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Sammy
he moved.
need
Maybe
to
it's
get that new
place.
contract worked out soon because he needs some furniture.
Yeah.
Stop by Value City or something.
Then we get our next match is Braun Breaker against Dominic Mysterio. Dominic gets disqualified because Balor and Carlito kept jumping up on the apron like all the old school managers did and interfering.
That didn't happen.
Hey, that played into that
Love
well. So Braun Breaker gets the win, and then after the match, he absolutely destroys Carlito with a spear.
Mhm.
And
Is Carlito
Dom,
still
and then-
rocking the boot? Has he still got a boot on?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't remember seeing the boot
Oh, he
last night.
does now.
Balor
Yeah.
tried to slide in with a chair, and Breaker just turned right around on the ground and put his hands down on the chair, and Balor just slowly slid back out of the ring. We get a good.
I said smart.
Yeah.
Then we
Oh,
get
yeah.
a backstage with the War Raiders and the Creed brothers throwing some haymakers. So we're not done with that yet. Are they going to put any belts on American Made?
I think they need to in order to move that story forward because I think that they need to show that American Made can win those. First off, the tag team divisions are
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But I think in order to make them look strong, they need to win without Chad Gable.
Yeah, I think.
I would even
almost
put the other title on Ivy Nile.
Yeah, it almost makes
Disapprove.
sense. Like they kind of have to, because what are they going to do when Gable comes back if they don't have belts?
So what
And
if they win these titles and then they turn when Gable comes back, they turn around and lose them because Gable's there?
then we're just doing the whole Alpha Academy all over again?
Did they do that before? Is that
Pretty
a thing?
much.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Next segment, we get undisputed WWE champ Cody coming out talking about the confrontation he had with The Rock on Friday, with asking him for his soul. He went full on Mortal Kombat on him, apparently. Cody is interrupted by Seth Rollins, and these two had a pretty good exchange. Seth again telling Cody all he risked to make sure that they took the bloodline down last year, and helping Cody finish his story.
Well, before we move on, and you just brought it up, we'll go ahead and knock it out right now. The Rock showed up SmackDown. I'm sure you guys all saw that. The Rock showed up at SmackDown. Bipolar Rock is what I call him because he came out with two different music. It was a little bit of New Orleans in there, a little bit of WrestleMania New Orleans, a little bit of rock music. Which, by the way, his Rock's theme song, probably the best theme song ever. I'm gonna put that theme song is like ridiculous. Then he gets in the ring and he's happy. He's talking to the fans, thanking the fans. Then he turned around and said he'd slap the gonorrhea off someone's face, or syphilis off their face. Then he turned around. He started singing. Started singing, and then he yelled at the crowd for singing with him, and then he thanked them for singing with him. Is he off his medicine?
Might be.
He's
too much tequila.
Is that what it is? Too much Terramana?
He's
No,
up there in age now.
he stopped drinking his own piss out of the water bottles he's been storing up for a
He
while.
might want to go back to it because he was like, he wasn't full on heel Rock, but he was, I dare you to buck up against me, Rock. And he told Cody that, Cody, you're the champion, the people's champion, their champion, but I want you to be my champion. I want you. I'm here, right? You're here. I can take you to here if you're my champion. How many followers did Cody have?
a couple
several-
million, but The Rock has half a billion,
half a billion followers.
or
Not
a billion and a half, or whatever the hell it
not a
was.
flex. Not a flex. That's what he said. Not a flex. But he said, I can take you, you know, your family, your family's family, your daughter's kids. I can take them here. Your dad, my dad, looking down on us, the soul man, not on the same caliber as Dusty Rhodes, by the way. I like how The Rock put him there. The soul man and Dusty Rhodes looking down on him right now. What does this mean? What somebody tell me, T-Bone, tell me what this means. I want your soul.
I've seen this storyline before.
This is a corporate,
Just
right?
little worded differently.
Okay.
It's the corporate shit with Vince and Austin that just redone, rehashed.
Okay.
Except for I think this time Cody's gonna give in. I think they're gonna turn Cody into the heel Cody.
They might almost have to, if depending who he goes up against.
Because
Mania.
he's starting to get stale, in my opinion. He's starting to get stale.
And I almost feel like Cody versus Cena, and then Cody turning heel and beating Cena at Mania, preventing him from his 17th title.
I have a theory. Scotty, what are your thoughts on?
Honestly, I can agree with Jeremy. I think that there's some kind of like corporate thing.
And he's gone.
Oh no. He's got his phone overheated.
I miss Bat Scotty.
There's Bat. He's back. Can't hear you. It's okay.
Get the ice pack.
Yeah. Back out, come back in. I have a theory. And yes, I agree. It is the same corporate story that we saw before. So, but I have a theory. So, let's back up a little bit. Cena doesn't win the Rumble. Cena comes out, does the press conference, and says, "Hey, you're back. We can hear you now." He says, "Go ahead and finish your story. Go ahead and finish your thought, and then I'll get into my theory."
Well, no, I mean, I was gonna say I can agree with Jeremy. I think there's some kind of corporate thing going on. Like it's gonna be like, because I think what they might try to do is Triple H versus The Rock. Like, even though there's not gonna be like an actual like match between the two of them, this version of corporate versus that version of corporate, like the good guys versus the bad guys. There still has to be, like, I don't want a complete heel company, but you can have one heel member of the company, considering that Rock is on the board of directors and stuff like that. So I think there's going to be some kind of a push-pull where it's, Rock wants to turn Cody heel, and, like, you be my champion, you be like, so I don't know. Like, it could be anything as of this point, but I am very interested to hear what your theory is, Jason, because it's
and this
sounds kind of
this would, to me, would make WrestleMania important, because right now WrestleMania is, I'm glad we didn't spend a ton of money on tickets, because it's boring right now. But here's my theory. So back up to Royal Rumble. The Cena loses Royal Rumble. He does a press conference. He says, I will go to Elimination Chamber. I will win Elimination Chamber. I've never asked anything out of this company, but I do ask for it now. That's what's best for business. Settle down, Ricky. Settle down, Ricky.
I think I see where you're going with this.
Settle down, Ricky. Your head your head lit up. And so Cena, we go. So fast forward this weekend, Cena loses. Right? Cena loses Backlash. Doesn't win. Cody has to give his answer to The Rock this weekend. Tells him, no, I'm their champion. I'm not your champion. Cena turns heel. And because corporate Cena,
give us thugonomic Cena back.
We're gonna get The Rock side by side with John Cena for a heel run for John Cena, because Cody is the face of the company. Cody does all this stuff for the company. He's the Make-A-Wish guy. He's the
old Cena.
He's
or the
yeah.
Cena. I mean,
He's the guy that goes out and he's the representative or the ambassador for WWE. To turn him heel, he's a number one merch guy too. To turn him heel is not good for the business. What is good for business? Something we've all wanted for years.
Yeah.
John Cena to turn heel.
I like it.
Oh
When
man.
John Cena turns heel, we spend the
I
rest
like that.
we spend the rest of maybe we go to SummerSlam. We get a Cody John Cena SummerSlam, and John Cena does something shitty. Maybe brings Nikki Bella in to interfere. If she'll do it, if she'll just walk, maybe she'll just walk down to the ring and leave. I don't know. But maybe something shitty will happen, and John Cena will win that title from Cody, and we will get our heel run out of John Cena. Book it.
I like it.
Yeah, book it.
I like it.
When Flair comes down to congratulate him, does he low blow Flair too?
He fucking gives Flair first. He hits him so hard he gives him a stroke.
Gives him the FU.
Makes Flair have a heart attack, and then Flair gets up on one knee and goes, "I love you."
Yeah. And if they do it, they better go back to calling it the FU and not the attitude adjustment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Netflix. It's Netflix.
Yeah.
Go back to the FU. There was some chants last night for Logan Paul, and they bleeped them out for a while, but then they stopped bleeping them out. I guess they ran out of bleeping. I don't know. But there was a lot of fuck yous last night. So
They didn't have the money to pay the guy to sit there and hold the button. They didn't have the money.
When was this in the beginning?
so they're chanting. Yes.
Yeah. See, I didn't have anything bleeped out.
Hunter Hamilton, Mr. Canada. I love Canada, by the way. Love
Canada
Big
sucks.
fan of Canada. Love the maple syrup. One of my favorite leaves is the maple leaf. So excited to see Hunter.
You know what? You and Hunter can go suck on some syrup.
I got a question, Jonathan. When are you going to be managing Hunter at USW? Is there ever going to be a collaboration, you two?
So most likely not. And I like Hunter. Got nothing personal against Hunter, but I do represent the Silver Screen Champion AA right now, and that is a title that Hunter is interested in. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping that we don't have to have problems in the future. But if we do, then I'm sure AA will handle it and take away his visa and send him back to where he came from. No offense.
Don't worry, Hunter. Trump's about to make Canada our 51st state.
Right, our 51st
Easy.
state.
Let's leave the politics out of this. We're a wrestling podcast.
The U.S. of Canada.
Joking,
The
guys.
U.S. of Canada. Anyway, no, we love Canada. We love Canada. Sorry. So anyway,
Yeah.
So that's my theory. I think, honestly, Cross tried to break my neck. The way he's managing me, I apologized. He's called United States South Canada. I love it. Anyway, that's my theory. I not that they'll ever do it, Vince. If you're looking for a good booker, I'm the man. Not that they'll ever do it, but we'll see. So anyway, go ahead and finish up your roll. Let's get out of here.
So Seth basically says he's trying to tell Cody that he doesn't want him to make the same mistakes he did back in the day when he turned on the Shield and the Authority. And then Cody said that Seth was the MVP of Mania 40, which he might have been actually, but definitely.
The guy was injured. He fought through the injury for weeks. Actually, longer than that. He's fought that back injury. He had a knee injury. He literally was dragging himself out of the ring after 40. So
then Seth said he's winning that chamber and he's not coming for Cody's soul. He's coming for that title.
Love it.
We got a Grayson Waller backstage telling Jey Uso that everybody in the locker room thinks Gunther's going to embarrass him at Mania. Jay then super kicked Waller, and Austin Theory was caught by Waller doing the yeet.
You're right. That was funny. That was funny.
And we get to our main event, the women's tag team titles. Liv and Raquel defeat Bianca and Naomi to win the women's tag titles. Dominic interfered numerous times. This was a phenomenal fucking match.
This match was amazing. This was
it
great. This was the best I've seen Raquel wrestle. Liv got her ass kicked and just was
Yes.
amazing. She was great through this whole thing.
She kept coming back.
They
Love Liv.
the trying to go for the Oblivion 3 or 4 times and it got blocked. Like
Mhm.
I mean, there was a lot of great spots. If you have not seen this, you can fast forward through all of Raw. There's some good stuff with Raw. Watch the LWO, but fast forward all through Raw and get to this championship title match. And the false finishes were ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was, I mean, it was just, it makes sense because the next story for Bianca and Naomi is the Jade stuff. So we're gonna find out coming up here what's going on with Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I actually think the women's tag team division is hotter than the men's tag team division right now.
Disagree.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
disagree? Well, I think they're not.
That women's tag team match was really good, but we're talking
but
about
I
singles.
I think they're gonna start working on that tag division.
Let's
The,
hope.
the SmackDown tag division's pretty good right now with what they got with Motor City Machine Guns
Yes.
and Street Profits.
See,
But
that's not
Raw-
even that good. It's not even that good.
It's better than what they got on Raw and the women.
Yes.
Listen, let's fix it. You bring Shawn Michaels up. Shawn Michaels does the women's division. You take William Regal, you put him down back with NXT where he belongs, when NXT was legit good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anyway, Rob says Brandy is the one who attacked Jade. That would be awesome. If Brandy came out.
Did she cut a snippet of hair with Awesome Kong too?
And he told you it was open mic night, bitch.
Hey, if you remember, Brandy was supposed to face Jade.
Yeah.
But she did not because she
Oh.
was pregnant at
Yeah,
the
she's
time.
pregnant.
It was Red Velvet teaming with Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
against
the
Jade
Shaq.
and Shaq.
And
Yeah.
Shaq. Yeah, Shaq. That
And
was
Shaq went through the table.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Do it here for Heart Rate Wrestling. Thank you for joining us. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, not Instagram. God dang it. Terrible. 37 more days, though. We'll be good to go. So make sure you go like and subscribe. Do me a favor. If you're in here right now, go to whatever you're at. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, go hit the thumbs up button. And I looked at some stats today, and 73, I'm dyslexic. 73% of people that watch Hardway Wrestling on YouTube do not subscribe.
Ooh.
They do not subscribe.
What's up with that?
It takes you literally seconds to hit that button. Just hit the button. Hit the notification button. Hit the subscribe button. It makes us feel good. I like waking up in the morning. We've had some subs here pop up here lately. I like to wake up in the morning and go, oh, look, we have a new sub. And then the next morning I wake up, oh, we lost 2 subs. Anyway, it's a vicious cycle. But anyway, go hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time.
On the
Oh,
hard
wait.
way.
We're also on podcast. We also do podcasts. If you don't like to look at us, we're not all of us are the most handsome people in the world. Ricky. Yeah, he's the only one that's hot in here. Anyway. You threw me off there, Ricky, with your sexiness. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We're on a lot of your podcasting platforms. If you're listening to podcasts, go give us a listen. Also, give us a review. We'd love to have your reviews anywhere but Google Play because it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what Scotty did with the fuck. I don't know. He algorithm screwed it up. No more Google Play. They're out of here. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time.
On the hard way.
Peace.